Hello there, Rivers Forever here. Firstly, I should say thank you to my Patreons that made this possible, and also to Zach for testing out my Amazon wishlist. The lamp is awesome, and the tweezers for modelling will come in really handy. Cheers! Well anyway, here is the NT1-A by Rode. It is a microphone that's about 5 times the value of the microphone I am currently using. The microphone that I'm currently using isn't terrible, but I have had issues with it, not necessarily having a very wide range. I have issues with in my voice getting too loud and breaking up into distortion, or being so quiet that you can't hear the end of my sentences if I dare use any intonation. It's not rated as a very good microphone for people with low voices, and it's been said I have a bit of a low voice. You can get this pack off of Amazon for £125 at the moment. It's on sale. There are other places selling it for like $250. I assume because they think we're all idiots, so don't buy it from them. Inside this pack you will find a shock mount for, I don't know, free. It's a pretty good shock mount, to be honest. Much more substantial than my last one. If I can get it out, and ta-da! It's a really heavy, substantial shock mount compared to my last shock mount, but we'll come to that. There's a bit of paper there. Can't argue with that. So, as long as you don't mind having a rather substantial Rode branding in front of you, nice solid shock mount. Along with the shock mount, let us once again not forget the little black piece of paper. So what else do we get in here? We get the microphone, which you would kind of expect. A couple of free bags of poisonous silica gel there to snack on later. Don't eat those. A bag for the microphone, or any small objects that you want to put in there. I could store those bits of paper. And a pretty hefty, decent length of cable. Which I know I sound pleasantly surprised at, but you know, I am. Far too many devices these days require that you go out and buy a cable. So yeah, another microphone with a retro sort of look. I am a fan. Give me a big chrome or bronze looking microphone any day of the week. This is the setup that you're hearing me on currently. A bit janky. Cheap Amazon pop filter. £20 mic. And a £10 mic arm. Apparently the older shock mount is branded Coolatron, which does not sound like a massively recognised brand. But you know, it was okay. So here you can see me installing the Rode shock mount onto my older mic stand. When I said that the shock mount was a bit more substantial than my previous one, I wasn't lying. For example, this happened when I tried to stream later this day. This is my first experience of using my new microphone, which I'm not aiming at myself even remotely. Let's give it a chance. More good sounds for the listener. My mic stand's just gone all floppy. Oh, it's in fact just broke. Almost entirely. So I ended up having to wait for a whole new mic arm, which was a bit of a pain. I've got one now, and I'm now talking to you on the road. Which, spoiler, is better. I'll probably do some obligatory switching back and forth now, which will be a pain because I have to reset up the microphone in the mic arm each time. But let's have a listen. Let's not. Let's just demonstrate the issue. Here we have the track with the Rode microphone on it. I can turn that all the way up to 9 decibels. I could run it up to 12, and you would only just start hearing a background hum. Whereas the Behringer C-1 rather, I know that people with sensitive earphones will have been able to hear an audible hiss all the way through all of the audio track coming from the C-1 rather, because I'm running it loud enough so that you can actually hear it, and it will sound competitive against the other microphone. If I presented an actual side-by-side example, all you would have is a wall of very loud distortion. It's never been that I can't make the Behringer sound okay, it's that it's such hard work to do so. Using the Rode is it's basically possible to use the track that comes straight from the microphone, though normalizing it and giving it a boost of volume definitely helps. I'm going to set one piece of the C-1 track at the same volume as the Rode, and we will see what that sounds like. So let's whop that up to 9 decibels, and we will turn up the track. For example, this happened when I tried to stream later this day. Okay, that didn't sound too bad, to be fair. When I said that the, there we go, shock mount was a bit more substantial than my previous. So you've got volume with it, but the volume turns into not very nice sound. Whereas so I ended up having to wait for a whole new mic arm, which was a bit of a pain. I've got one now. Who's that guy that's both audible and clear sounding? Which, spoiler, I'd watch his videos. I'll probably do some obligatory switching back and forth. How do I stop this? Will be a pain, because I'm talking over myself. So I'm undoubtedly going to throw some comparisons up at the end, just because I feel like this sort of video requires them to earn some sort of legitimacy. That said, I don't think they're really required. For my uses, for my channel, and I think in anyone else's uses, obviously if you can only afford the cheaper microphone, grab one and be creative and do what you can with it. If you get the opportunity, however, you will probably benefit from spending a bit more on a microphone. Though it is worth mentioning, with a powered microphone like this, you're going to need some sort of device between your computer and the microphone. I don't really have an overtly scientific method of providing a contrast for people, but I can do some counting. And I will mix some counting on this microphone with some counting on the other microphone, just for anyone that wants a direct audio comparison. Sounded a bit like Swiss Tony at the end there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'd like to end by saying thank you to this microphone. You've done me proud despite being fiddly, but I am looking forward to making progress with the Rode. In any event, thank you again for the people that made buying this microphone possible, and I'm going to get back to doing something game related now I actually can. Toodle pip, and have a happy new year, everyone.